Good evening. I'll call this meeting to order. If you would kindly rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, would you kindly call the roll?
Allenson. Here. Carmody.
Here.
Fishbein.
Here.
Laffin.
Here.
Regan.
Here.
Reynolds.
Here.
Tata.
Here.
Testa.
Here.
Marone.
Here. All right, that's 9 members accounted for in voting. Moving on to the consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept consent agenda items 3A through 3G, and 3H has been withdrawn.
Second.
All those in favor signify by, any discussion on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion is unanimous. There were no items removed from the consent agenda to tackle tonight. Moving on to public question and answer. Mr. Comerford? Oh, I'm sorry. Representative Mashinsky, please.
Representative Mary Mashinsky, 85th District, 188 South Cherry Street, Wallingford.
Good evening.
I'm here with Roz Doring and Florence, who are both members of Wallingford Works for Housing, as am I. We actually came last meeting to encourage you to pursue additional forms of housing in Wallingford. We've been working on this for a year. We meet every 2 weeks, and we have specific things we're pursuing. For example, the ADUs, more expansion of ADUs in Wallingford. We were pretty excited about the Honeycomb real estate offer that you considered. Not telling you what to do on the tax freeze, but encouraging you to talk to them and see if you can work a deal with them, because we really need senior housing and single person housing in Wallingford. We have a number of folks in Wallingford under the radar. They are in their cars. They come to the YMCA to have a shower, go back to their cars. They can't afford to live here, even though they grew up in Wallingford. We'd like them to stay. We'd like to offer them something other than the $400,000 average home price that's currently in Wallingford. And we feel that if we have additional housing on the market, people will be able to move out of their too expensive location into a smaller unit, and they'll be able to stay here where their friends and their doctors are. And we are also looking at additional apartments along Route 5, as North Haven is doing. And we were very happy to see you embrace the Connecticut Municipal Development Authority, which will be helpful in getting additional apartment units and other housing here. And then, let's see, we did Kondraki Lane. We know the Wallingford Works for Housing knows that we have only 4.2% affordable right now, and that we need to be at 10 to get out from under the 10-30G statute. And we just want to encourage you in a general way to help us by endorsing additional housing of all different prices, so that people who grew up here can stay here, and new working families can start in a unit and then move on to something else as they earn more money. So that's really our pitch, and we have been taking field trips to other towns and learning what they're doing as well. And hopefully something will come of this. So that is our message to you, and I know Raj wants to talk to you as well. It is a bipartisan group. Wanted to let you know about that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I do anticipate that the Honeycomb developer will be back at some point for a more thorough discussion on that project. Mr. Doring?
Thank you. Rajan Deering of Sharon Drive, speaking as a citizen. I want to echo a lot of what Ms. Mashinsky said tonight about the need for affordable housing in town. I don't have all the statistics and numbers that Ms. Mashinsky had, but I will speak anecdotally. I graduated from high school in town in 2018, so 7 years ago. So a lot of my classmates are at the age where they're making the decision as to whether or not they want to stay in Wallingford. And this isn't based on any sort of formal data. I haven't done any sort of formal poll or anything. However, just from talking to my classmates, especially the ones who are moving out of town, I won't venture to say that it's the sole or primary reason. However, something that I am hearing from a lot of them is having a place to live, having housing that's within their budget. And the lack of that housing is causing a lot of them to move out of town. So as we're thinking about who we want to be as a town, what we want to be, what we want our town to look like, how we're going to attract young families, young workers into town, this is something that I strongly encourage you all to consider. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else for public comment?
Hi, I'm Florence Gojak. I recently joined Wallingford.
I'm sorry, Florence, if you could just pull the mic down a little bit. It's hard to, I can't hear you too well. You could just bend it forward. There you go.
Forward? Oh, okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks. I was a real estate agent with Home Run Realty for 20 years, and I can tell you how hard it is for seniors and even, some young people with disabilities or whatever to find housing, because I tried to find housing for people, and if they're looking at subsidized housing, there's either 3 to 5 year waiting lists wherever you go, or their waiting lists are closed. They're not even taking any new applications. And these people can't afford market value rents, and they're looking at being homeless because there just is not enough housing for them. And I did have a case where this was a friend that I grew up with. Her son became disabled at 42 years old, has a feeding tube, a trach tube, he's in a wheelchair, never gonna get any better. She moved back up here from Florida to take care of him. He qualified for Section 8, he qualified for Money Follows the Person, could not find a home for him. He was in a nursing home for over 2 years because he had no place to go. And this shouldn't be happening. We should have more available housing for these type of situations. And that's all I have to say, okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else for public comment? Mr. Comerford.
Bill Comerford, Broadview Drive. Mayor, I brought this up since June about who inspected the courts down at Community Lake. You stated on June 24th, it was the 2 directors, Park and Rec, Public Works. Next day, we saw them down, you and I, Mr. Regan, Councilor Regan, and Ray Ross saw them down at Westside Field, and they both confirmed that neither one of them did any inspecting. Now that the truth came out, nobody inspected it, who from the town did the inspection?
My recollection of the conversation at Westside Field that was supposed to be about Westside Field, Mr. Michaels did indicate that he had been observing the construction of those courts. Mr. Baltramitis indicated that he had not been inspecting, and he was focused on the word inspecting. I have since confirmed in conversation with him that he in fact was observing the construction that was going on, but he was not performing formal inspections.
Okay, so Baltramitis inspected and Kenny Michaels inspected.
When you use the word inspection with an engineer, it means something very specific to them. Mr. Baltramitis was observing the construction. He had laid eyes on it. He was not there performing an engineer's inspection of the project.
But he's a licensed engineer that could inspect it, but he was just observing. That's what we're to believe.
But that's not his role with the town now.
Pardon me?
That's not his role with the town. He's not an engineer. He's the director of public works.
So he doesn't inspect work then?
He inspects works that's under his supervision. And as I indicated, he has told me that he was observing the work that was going on. He was not performing formal inspections. He was not there with a checklist looking for specific criteria. But to say that he was not looking at the work is not accurate.
Okay, so it was just those two then? The town engineer didn't inspect or observe or anything else?
I don't believe the town engineer did.
That's concerning. So the person that overrode you guys to give it the classic turf didn't do any inspecting, and you just heard it, and this is the equivalent of $800,000.
If I may, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
I take issue with the representation that anything was overrode. That was a competitive bid.
I don't want to burn up my 1 minute, 57 seconds.
Well, wait, I'll pause the timer because that's an interesting question that the mayor, so you did use the word overrode, which like sort of pricked my ear. So what, can you define what you meant when you said they were overridden or they overrode the bid?
I don't know if your mic's on.
I'm sorry.
So in my opinion, this is how it played out. You guys were concerned.
But Bill, my question was about the overriding of the bid. So are you saying the bid didn't go to the lowest bidder or it did?
It went to the lowest bidder, but there was a major component that should have been included in the bid that wasn't, that was added to after the fact, that put it higher than the actual bid award.
Okay, so you're saying that the spec didn't encompass everything that was required for the project then?
The thing that was been so cockamamie about the whole thing is you can't compare one bid to the next because there's no, okay, we want the thing painted with this color paint and you have to use this brush. So when you can't compare apples to apples, because I've asked about, is it encapsulated tendons, which is a huge difference. So it didn't specify. So if I'm bidding it and I want to do the cheap route out, and I say, no, I'm not going to use encapsulated, and the other guy that wants to guarantee it or do a quality job uses a better product, how can you compare the two? So there is no comparison. You can go look at the basketball courts, whether it's Doolittle, and then you go to the better quality one at that Hinding did that you guys were concerned about down at Pragnum. There's a huge difference. One stainless steel, the other one needs to already be repainted, and it's not even 6 months old.
Okay, wait, so my question was about, so no one overrode the bid. You're saying that the bid spec changed after the bid was awarded?
No, the bid spec never changed. They never put it, in my opinion, they never put it in there. So it was, well, we're awarding it to you, but you missed this $35,000 little thing that you should have put on there. So they extended it to a maximum cap of, I think, 425 or 430,000. My point is...
Wait, so you're saying it's a change order that was made? I just want you to be clear, because I'm having a hard time following where you're going with this.
I've been FOI in this town, Mayor Cervoni and that engineering department for 6 months on this stuff. And I have nothing. When we met down at Westside, I said, I'm concerned because I'm not a professional post-tension guy, but I had to spend hundreds of dollars to get the manual on all the things that are required to do it. So I was very familiar with concrete. So what I observed over at Doolittle, I want to make sure that didn't happen down at Community Lake. So what happened was, because nobody inspected it, I'll tell you what, I'm doing my final plead again. I'm getting on my hands and knees and begging you guys, please put it on there, because I'll give you the pictures, I'll give you the videos. That thing should be jackhammered, based upon the standards by which it's supposed to be done. So when I was there with the mayor, I said to him, I said, here's the problem. I can't get anything. The engineering department doesn't have it. The guy that tested the concrete, unbiased company that did the test of the concrete, told the contractor to reject the concrete. Okay. But they failed to do it. They failed to do it. And the contractor was told that the concrete didn't pass the test. They ended up still putting it down. I went back, there's a crack.
Okay, wait, so Bill, hang on a second. Let's go back to what you said before, because you said you're begging someone to put it on, right? How many times have you and I talked about this exact issue? Because it's got to be at least a dozen, right? If not 2 dozen. So and my request to you every time has been, if you have pictures of a defect, send me the pictures, or send me a description of the defect. But here's what I know about. I know about the crack on the Wall Street court, right?
Pardon me?
I know about the crack on the Wall Street court.
The
and
one
then
that we were told doesn't exist.
I know there was the bubbling that was then repainted. So if there's other issues, you have to tell us what the issues are. I can't put it on an agenda to then have sort of an open forum to talk about it. Bill,
Go ahead.
can you tell me what the issues are?
Yeah. Number one, the first one down at Wall Street was built on a floodplain. You have major water
Wait,
problems.
No, that's not an issue though, because concrete is built in water all the time, right? They build bridge abutments in water.
You asked me to tell you what the problem is. I got pictures of the thing where the whole slab is blown out of the ground, 5 inches with the crack that's there. I'm more than happy to give it all you the stuff. The problem is that once I give you the stuff, then all the BS explanations as to why it happened.
Okay, well,
I sat here for a year with other people, and we showed you pictures of the bubbles. It all got denied. Like, we have different heads. But then it cost me hundreds of dollars to get the emails that say, from Kenny Michaels, no, there are bubbles, and there is a crack. And the bubbles are so bad that it's rupturing.
Okay, so Bill, are you going to send me the pictures then of the defect?
No.
Wait, that's yes or no? You're going to send them or you're not going to send them?
Pardon me?
Are you going to send the pictures of the defects? Because my commitment to you is that I would have it addressed if you sent me the evidence of the defect.
I had asked, yes. Yeah, providing you put it on the agenda.
No. You send me the pictures first, and then I put it on the agenda. This
Okay,
is, or
all right,
not at all.
So you're making a commitment. I'll send you all the pictures.
Okay.
You're going to put it on the agenda, and we'll bring the pictures up.
I didn't say I'm going to put it on the agenda. I said I will have it addressed.
No, everybody that I see out in the real world, they commend me for speaking at this microphone, because they say I'm the only one that has the spine or the gall to do this. I didn't want to go down there and inspect it, but at the same time, I'm a taxpayer that my taxes have gone up substantially, but yet you guys squander money. Here's another perfect example. The Center Street Cemetery building. I sat on my hands for 3 years.
No, Bill,
because the building failed, and because I brought it up, the whole thing had to get redone. Every year I've been bringing up, did you go back and look at the job? Because it still needs to be done the second time. If you want pictures of that, I got pictures of that too.
Well, let's focus on the basketball court first, and then we'll address that, and we'll see where we go from there. But you're over your time. I appreciate you bringing this to our attention.
I thought you were going to stop the meter, because I still had my other questions, but this is it for me?
Go ahead, ask your other question.
I was going to ask the mayor, what was the actual root cause for the bubbling down at the courts?
I don't recall. I know it's been addressed, but I don't recall what the stated cause was.
Okay, all right, so we don't. Okay. I guess my final statement is I'm happy to share some of the stuff. One of the things that concerns me the most is the fact that I have the video of it. I'm happy to share it because I'll put it up. I'm begging you guys so you can see it and everybody else can see it. The guy rejects the concrete. Weeks later, I went down there and I filmed it. If you go down there now, I can show you cracks from one end of the court all the way across in 2 separate sections. I can show you post tendons that aren't supposed to be exposed to concrete that are at least 18 inches. There's honeycomb that's involved. There's all kinds of things where the job should have been stopped by the engineer. If you read the terms of the contract, our town engineer is the one that signs off on every step of inspection. And you heard that nobody inspected it. $800,000.
Thank you very much. Anyone else for public comment? Sir?
I'm sorry, it's been a long day. My name is Larry Kellogg. I live on Stetson Street. I actually sent everybody on the board here a letter concerning what I consider a public safety concern. When I walk my little pup, okay, I like to do it on sidewalks because walking in the road, I live in the Yalesville section over there, and there's not a lot of sidewalks over there. The crossing at where the bridge was done, which is Parker Farms Road and North Turnpike Road, is not synced. You cross from the bridge side to where the gas station is, the minute the little guy shows up, the light turned green, allowing people from North Parker Road to turn right into you. As a matter of fact, last week, a young lady was walking with her 3-year-old child and almost got hit. If I didn't yell, stop, she would have gotten hit. Over the last 6 weeks, it's been 5 times I've either been almost hit or people have slammed on their brakes and yelled obscenities. And I won't go into it because Santa, I guess, is now the new Satan, because I get accused of being Santa and all this crap that goes with it. But my main point is, all I'm asking for, and I met with the mayor, he's the only one that got back to me. Just to let you know, he's the only one out of everybody on the board. And I got a program, because I used to work in a nuclear power plant, that tells me when people open my emails, just to let you know. So, all I'm asking for is decency. If the mayor comes up after he said he would meet with the town engineer and also the director of maintenance, who I know is Rob because I've dealt with him because I was on the trail committee at one time. Basically, what I would like is for you all to sign on to that letter, allowing the state to sink those lights just like on Main Street. That's all I'm asking. Nothing special, nothing else. Just allow us seniors, because I walk all over that area. The trailer park over there, the seniors that walk their dogs won't cross the road. They don't dare. I guess a couple years ago, a dog got killed and the lady almost got hit. So I ran out of time, sorry.
So Mayor, is there action required by the council to address the light situation there?
Not at this point. That is a state road, and we are in touch with DOT to address the issue with the signal that Mr. Kellogg spoke about.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Kellogg.
It's going to take some time. Nothing with the state happens quickly.
Understood. Thank you.
I'm sorry, you still didn't answer my question. Will you all sign on to that letter?
Yeah, so you can't poll the council, but I would certainly sign on. I don't think anyone on the council is going to have an objection to adjusting the light sequence based, I would go on a limb and say that would be a fairly easy task for us.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Thank you.
No, my pleasure. I appreciate you bringing this to our attention. All right. Anyone else for public question and answer, sir?
How you doing? Keith Massimino, Ridges. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm very intrigued on the answers we had earlier about the concrete. So we just heard from the mayor, not one single person from our town in an engineering capacity went and looked over and inspected the work. If any of you get a painting job, a deck job done at your house, you're pretty much going to go outside and take a look and make sure it's a quality job. That's concerning to me. I would hope it would be concerning to you guys. That was my 2 cents on that. Last question. This is the minutes from the last meeting. Page 3 is the public Q&A. There's a thing missing from there. When one of the citizens asked Mayor Cervoni about his pending legal case, it's mysteriously gone. I'm curious, did the clerk go rogue and take it off? Or was this a council thing where they told her to take it off? Can we get some clarification of why that's no longer there?
Yeah, so in terms of the council, I hadn't had any conversation with the clerk about the minutes until today when we got the minutes.
Okay.
I had noticed the item was missing. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me think about it and we'll see if it's appropriate to put it back on.
Okay. Do you know why it was taken off?
I have no idea why it was taken off.
Okay, Mayor, do you know why it was taken off?
No.
You do not, okay. Does legal know why it was taken off?
No.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else for public question and answer?
I just want to, good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to say thank you for giving us the opportunity, Wallingford Center Inc., for using the parade grounds for Celebrate. I'm a little tardy on getting that out here, but I appreciate it very much for allowing us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We look forward to an excellent event this year. All right, moving on to discussion of old business. Mr. Farrell, do you have any update on Hindenburg Lane?
Corporation Counsel Small reported there's nothing new since she reported last time. She has been working with the people. It is moving forward, though.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Seeing no other business on the agenda, this meeting is adjourned.